Welcome back. Joe Biden's legislative agenda is at risk. Democrat leaders are scrambling to find consensus on their massive spending plan, $3.5 trillion, and tax increases as progressives threaten to derail the agreed-upon $1.25 trillion infrastructure bill. That was headed toward a vote next week on the 27th. Joining me right now is Iowa Congresswoman Ashley Hinson. She's also a member of the Budget and Appropriation Committees, and we are happy to have her this morning. Congresswoman, thanks very much for being here. Let me get your take on where we stand in the upcoming week on the infrastructure vote and the larger spending and tax proposal.
Yeah, well, we've been sounding the alarm on these spending spigot bills for months, Maria, and it's evident that the Democrats are fully in chaos and dysfunction right now, and we've seen that out on the floor this week with the bills they've had trouble passing, and they are now having a budget committee markup tomorrow in the middle of the day on a Saturday, completely virtual, to try to continue to move this process forward. But again, we continue to see that infighting. You've got progressives saying that $3.5 trillion is not enough spending. We know that there are moderates or supposed moderates who are saying, hey, let's pump the brakes on this, but it seems like they're full steam ahead. We know that the CBO, Congressional Budget Office, hasn't scored many of these the policy committees. They haven't scored many of those bills, yet they continue to move forward. We know they violated the reconciliation instructions on these committee instructions, and so the price tag's actually looking right now more like $4.3 trillion. So we're going to definitely hold them accountable tomorrow in the Budget Committee hearings, again, completely virtual, because they have been completely broken about the entire budgetary process as they've moved forward with this spending spigot.
And I know we haven't even gotten into the negotiations around SALT, the state and local deductions, which the New Yorkers and the New Jerseyans want in there, and that's not in there. So that's just more fighting within the Democrats. Let me get your take on the infrastructure bill. Will there be a vote next week? What does your gut tell you in terms of whether or not infrastructure can move forward as the fighting continues over the larger spending plan?
Yeah, well, I think that's exactly why we're seeing our budget committee move tomorrow. It's an olive branch to the progressive wing to say, hey, let that bill move forward on Monday. But I think, again, you pointed out some of the sticking points in the bill. Those continue to exist. We've had other members come forward and say, hey, we know this bill is dead on arrival in the Senate, so let's come back to the drawing table. I think that's exactly what we should be doing. And you've got all of these things colliding at once, Maria, where you've got the $3.5 trillion or $4.3 trillion spending package combined with that infrastructure package. They're really tied together for next week. And then you also have that continuing resolution for budget funding going forward, as well as the debt ceiling. So they've tied all of these together, and I think that's where their main problems are. And obviously, I am a proponent of stopping that insane spending that we're seeing. It's triggering inflation. It's horrible for our economy, and it's not the right time to be spending this much money on policies Americans don't want or need right now.
Well, I think the American public agrees with you. I want to get the panel in a minute, but as I toss to Liz Peek and Steve Forbes, look at this Iowa panel and this poll that we want to look at. It does not look good for Joe Biden or the Democrats. Only 31% of Iowans approve of Biden in the latest Des Moines Register and Mediacom Iowa poll. 62% said that they disapprove of this president, Congresswoman. So your efforts to stop this massive spending and tax increase are right in line with the way Americans feel as based on that poll. Liz Peek, jump in here. Go ahead. Here's Liz Peek.
Good morning, Congresswoman. Thank you for joining us. Nancy Pelosi said yesterday she would not bring that $3.5 trillion bill to the House for a vote unless it cleared the Senate. Is that her way of signaling that she's getting it, that the moderates in the House are scared to death to vote on this? And is this a way to spare them making that vote?
Well, I think clearly they're worried about it. And, I've been back home in my district hearing from Iowans at town halls. And, Maria, you pointed out that 31% approval rating number for the president. I think that's a clear indication they're going home and they're hearing the same things. Iowans and Americans don't want to be spending $3.5 trillion. Iowans and Americans don't want to see tax hikes that are going to torpedo our economy and make us less competitive than communist China. So I think they're going home and hearing those same things. Maybe she's trying to give them political cover, but at this point, I think it's too little, too late, as evidenced by that poll in Iowa. You look at his ratings not only on general approval ratings, but on handling of the pandemic. I mean, everything right now is just tanking for President Biden in Iowa, because Iowans are common sense people. They don't want government overreach. They don't want higher taxes. They want freedom, and they value freedom. And President Biden is breaking everything he touches in his administration. And Iowans are clearly on to what's happening here in Washington, D.C.
And, of course, you would expect some humility from the Democrats and the Biden administration, given all of these fires that are rolling out of control across the world, from Afghanistan to the border. But you're not getting that at all. They're still hell-bent on getting this spending and tax increases through. Congresswoman, we'll be watching. Thanks very much for being here and walking us through it. Ashley Hinson joining us this morning in D.C. We'll be right back.